Did you know that one of the most important cities in Islamic history isn't in the Middle East? It's in Tunisia. The city is Kairouan. This place is old, really old. It was founded way back in 670 CE. That's more than 13 centuries ago. It wasn't built to be a fancy resort or a quiet village. It started as a military outpost, a forward base for the new Islamic civilization pushing west across North Africa. Think of it like a launch pad. Not for rockets, but for an entire culture, a new faith, a new way of life. It was a bold move in a tough land. The man behind this grand project was a general named Uqba ibn Nafi. He wasn't just looking for a place to park his army. He was looking for a permanent foothold. According to stories passed down by early Arab geographers, he chose a spot deep inland, far from the coast and the Byzantine navy. He wanted a sanctuary, a place where his soldiers could rest. Prepare for the future. Practical name, practical place. But it became so much more. From a dusty camp on an arid plain, Kairouan grew. It grew fast. Soldiers brought their families. Merchants arrived. Craftsmen arrived. Tents and huts gave way to earth and brick houses. Streets formed a maze, the old Medina you see today. It became a magnet for people from across the Arab world and the local Berber populations. Not just conquest, a new society, a cultural fusion in the middle of nowhere. Inland location was strategic, safe from sea raids and in position to control Sahara trade routes. A hub between the Mediterranean and the African interior. Gold, salt, ivory, enslaved people. But ideas traveled too. Manuscripts, scholars, language. Kairouan became the launch point for Arabic. Now you can't talk about Kairouan without talking about its heart, its soul. The Great Mosque of Kairouan, also known as the Mosque of Uqba. This isn't just a building, it's a statement. It is one of the oldest and most influential mosques in the entire Western Islamic world. When you look at it, you're seeing the blueprint, the original design that would inspire countless other mosques across North Africa and even into Spain. Its massive walls and strong, simple form make it look almost like a fortress. And in a way, it was. It was a fortress for the faith, built to stand the test of time. The mosque's design is a masterclass in early Islamic architecture. It has a huge rectangular courtyard, paved with gleaming marble and surrounded by elegant arcades. This open space was for the community to gather. Then you have the prayer hall, a forest of columns, hundreds of them. What's amazing is that these columns weren't all new. The builders reused columns from older Roman and Byzantine ruins in the area, like Carthage. It's like history holding up history. This practical recycling created a unique look, with columns of different colors and styles standing side by side, united in their new purpose of supporting the roof of the prayer hall. Oh, the minaret. It's massive. It's the oldest surviving minaret in the world, and it doesn't look like the slender, pencil-like minarets you might see elsewhere. It's built in 3 tiers, like a square wedding cake, and it looks more like a Roman lighthouse than a typical minaret. It's a powerful, muscular tower that dominates the city skyline. It was from here that the call to prayer would ring out 5 times a day, a sound that organized the rhythm of life in the city. It was a beacon, not just for prayer, but for the entire community, a symbol of Kairouan's strength. The mosque is also famous for its incredible artistic details. The mihrab, the niche that indicates the direction of Mecca, is decorated with beautiful lusterware tiles, some of the earliest examples of this art form in the Islamic world. Nearby is the minbar, the preacher's pulpit, which is a masterpiece of carved teakwood. According to inscriptions, the wood was imported all the way from Baghdad. This shows the incredible connections Kairouan had with the rest of the Islamic Empire. Every detail, from the carved wood to the intricate tile work, tells a story of faith, power, and a global network of trade and art. Kairouan wasn't just a city of soldiers and merchants. It quickly became a city of scholars, a powerhouse of learning. For centuries, it was the most important center for Islamic scholarship in all of North Africa, long before universities in Cairo or Fez rose to prominence. If you were a serious student of religion or law anywhere west of Egypt, you went to Kairouan. It was the Harvard of its day, but for Islamic studies. Students would travel for months, crossing deserts and mountains, just to sit at the feet of the great teachers who lived and taught in the halls of the Great Mosque. The city became particularly famous as the center for the Maliki school of Islamic law. This is one of the four major schools of Sunni jurisprudence, and it is the one that still dominates North Africa, West Africa today. Its foundations were laid in Kairouan. Scholars like Asad ibn al-Furat, Sahnun ibn Sa'id were intellectual giants. Sahnun, in the 9th century, compiled a massive legal code called the Mudawana, which became the foundational text for Maliki law. This book wasn't just an academic exercise. It provided the legal framework for everything from marriage inheritance to business contracts, shaping the daily lives of millions of people. Imagine the scene inside the Great Mosque. It wasn't just a place for prayer, it was a bustling university. In one corner, a teacher would be surrounded by a circle of students, debating a fine point of theology. In another, a scholar would be dictating a commentary on the Quran, with scribes carefully writing down every word. The city had libraries filled with precious manuscripts, painstakingly copied by hand. Books on law, grammar, astronomy. This intellectual energy made Kairouan a beacon of knowledge that illuminated the so-called Dark Ages in Europe. This tradition of learning had a huge impact. The legal and religious principles that were developed and refined in Kairouan spread far and wide. When the Arabs went on to conquer Sicily and Spain, they took the Maliki legal tradition with them. The scholars of Kairouan trained the judges, administrators, and teachers who would build the new Islamic societies in Europe. The famous historian Ibn Khaldun, writing centuries later, looked back and recognized Kairouan as the mother of cities in the Maghreb, not just because it was the first, but because it gave birth to the region's distinct intellectual and religious identity. A city like Kairouan needs powerful patrons, and it found them in the Aghlabid dynasty. In the 9th century, the Abbasid Caliph in Baghdad appointed the Aghlabids as emirs. Ruling from Kairouan, the Aghlabids established a powerful and wealthy state. They were great builders. Under their rule, the Great Mosque took the grand form we see today. They also built massive cisterns, huge open-air reservoirs, the Aghlabid basins. These solved the city's water problem and ensured survival in a dry land. Under the Aghlabids, Kairouan reached its golden age. The city was prosperous and secure. Markets overflowed with goods from across the known world. Workshops produced beautiful ceramics. Workshops produced fine textiles. Workshops produced leather goods. The Aghlabid court was a center of culture, attracting poets, musicians, scientists. Kairouan was truly the capital, politically, culturally, and economically. A shining metropolis, a center of civilization that rivaled Baghdad and Cordoba. The Aghlabids used wealth to project power. They launched the conquest of Sicily from their North African base. After the Aghlabids, other dynasties, the Fatimids, the Zirids. For a while, Kairouan kept its importance. Then, in the 11th century, disaster struck. A rebellious Zirid ruler angered the Fatimid Caliph in Cairo. In retaliation, the Fatimids unleashed nomadic Arab tribes, the Banu Hilal. Their invasion was devastating. They sacked Kairouan in 1057. They destroyed its suburbs. They wrecked its irrigation systems. They disrupted the trade routes. The city's golden age came to a violent end. Even after this catastrophe, Kairouan endured. The political and economic capital moved to coastal cities, like Tunis. But Kairouan never lost its spiritual soul. It remained a holy city, a place of pilgrimage, a respected center of religious learning. The Great Mosque stood firm, a symbol of past glory and resilient spirit. Travelers and historians preserve the memory of its greatness. It shifted from capital of an empire to the spiritual heartland of a nation, a role it still holds today. Today, when you walk through the narrow, winding streets of Kairouan's old Medina, you are walking through history. The city is a living museum. In 1988, UNESCO declared Kairouan a World Heritage Site. The UNESCO citation praises its rich architectural and urban heritage. That heritage includes the Great Mosque. It includes countless other mosques. It includes tombs. It includes historic houses. This status helps protect Kairouan's physical legacy. It ensures the stones that tell its story will be preserved for future generations to see and study. The city's influence is everywhere in North Africa. The shape of Kairouan's minaret is echoed in the Giralda in Seville. It's echoed in towers across Morocco and Algeria. The mosque's simple, powerful aesthetic set the standard across the region for centuries. Kairouan wasn't just a stop along the way. It was the source. It forged the Islamic identity of the Maghreb, blending Arab influences, Berber influences, and Mediterranean influences into something new and lasting. The story of Kairouan reminds us history is made in unexpected places. It wasn't founded in a lush river valley or natural harbor. It was built on a dusty plain by a general with a vision. From that simple camp, it grew into a beacon of faith, a factory of knowledge, and the capital of a powerful empire. It shows how a community, united by faith and a thirst for knowledge, can build a city that changes the world. It faced invasions and decline. So, don't let this story end here. Go learn more. The stones of Kairouan still have so much to teach us. Dig deeper. Look up the UNESCO World Heritage page for Kairouan to see photos and the official designation. Find translations of early geographers like Ibn Hawqal. Read what Ibn Khaldun wrote about the city's founding. Explore modern scholarly works on the Aghlabid era. The story of this incredible city is out there, waiting for you. Understand its legacy. Its history is not just Tunisia's history. It's a vital chapter in the story of our shared world. If this inspired you, like, subscribe, and check the description for sources and further reading.